So in this comment, I actually respond with the first video I have of somebody young in the industry starting out. So you can see that video as well. But for this, there's another tip that I realized that is really, really, really important. And that's be the person who does the thing they say they're going to do. That means that in a stand-up, in a meeting, if you say, hey, I will go do this, you do it. Because that means everybody else in that room can stop thinking about it. And that is a power. That is a power to lift weight off of other people's heads, right? So that you can walk in and be like, in a stand-up, be like, I got this, bud. Or, oh, I know this. I'll send you the information from Epic on it. And then you do that. You do that right away. I do that like with introductions, man. When I'm in a meeting with somebody and we're talking about like, oh, I'll introduce you to that person, I often do the introduction almost during the meeting because you just do that and then people can count on you. And so I remember at one point at Valve, somebody kind of was being snotty about all my travel. And oh, Chuck gets to go everywhere. Yeah, because you know why? They could send me someplace and know that no matter what was going on, I would get it done. We once did an event for Left 4 Dead at a kind of game jam, PC gamer event thing. And all the computers were crap. We couldn't do any of it. At like 3 in the morning in the middle of the countryside of England, I got us 4 computers, we got monitors, like just fixed the whole thing. There's times in Vegas where somebody didn't download the right build and like, I'm like, we can go here, we can get better internet. Like, I just solved the problems. I always solve the problems and we always moved on. There's nobody else gonna solve the problem. And if I say I'm gonna solve the problem, I will solve the problem. And I remember once, when I was, I think like early on, when I was doing one of the first events, one of the guys at Valve, one of the senior people was like, you have the Valve credit card, don't hesitate to use it. Just you can buy yourself out of problems, right? And I think I've told the story before where the setup crew for one E3 for I think their first Left 4 Dead didn't bring they brought headphones instead of speakers, and we like speakers because me and Doug liked that it was chaotic and crazy and it felt fun being in the room. So we literally went down to Staples, filled up a cart with speakers, and then wheeled them back like down the street to E3 to get it done, because we get it done. We say we're gonna get it done, we're gonna get it done. And if you do that, you become super powerful as somebody can count on. And it's this cool thing of like, you don't need to be best friends with that person. Like, cause sometimes it's about relationships and friends, but that person is just gonna love working with you all the time because you're gonna be like, oh yeah, Chet, I never have to worry about that. I know it just gets done. I don't have to think about it again. And again, lifting that weight off of somebody who's like leading a project or even just somebody else you work with is just a superpower or a magic power. So just make sure to do that. Volunteer to do something and then make sure you do it so that they never have to think about it. And be clear, that doesn't mean you can ask questions, you can ask for help, how you solve that problem, that's wide open. There's a whole bunch of ways to do that, but just make sure that you let other people stop thinking about problems. And that is just golden. It's looking like smoking a joint instead of the chef's kiss. I guess I don't do either with my left hand.